in Hollywood, it was after I did Coach Carter, and I saw Eddie Murphy and Johnny Gill tongue kissing, and this is like out in public. So a lot of the things that y'all think they do.
They're doing things behind closed doors, like Eddie Murphy, who knows me very well. You know, how well? Very well. You know, and what hurts me about him is, if anyone was after this meeting, and it will be filmed, they asked me, "What do you know about Eddie Murphy?" I'm not interested in destroying his life. I'm more interested in destroying his wife's life. I couldn't do that to her.
Nicole Murphy is once again making headlines, and this time, it's all connected to her past with Eddie Murphy. Even though their relationship ended years ago, it seems like Nicole still has some unresolved feelings. Recently, stories have started resurfacing about what she allegedly had to deal with during her marriage to Eddie, and let's just say, they are far from ordinary. For years, people have described Eddie Murphy as a ladies' man. He was known for being out and about, attending all kinds of celebrity parties around Hollywood. But according to Nicole, that was just the surface. She's now reportedly coming forward with more serious details, claims that point to late-night outings, secret relationships, and behavior that she says eventually pushed her to her breaking point. Nicole and Eddie were seen as a power couple in Hollywood. They met in 1988, started dating quickly, and didn't waste any time building a life together. Their daughter, Bria, was born before they even tied the knot in 1993. From the outside, it looked like they had it all: love, fame, and a growing family. But behind the scenes, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. By 2005, the couple announced their separation, which caught many fans off guard. They officially ended their marriage, citing differences they couldn't resolve. According to both of them, their lifestyles had grown too different, and staying together was no longer working. After the divorce, Nicole faced a lot of judgment. Some critics accused her of marrying for financial reasons, especially when she received a $15 million settlement. That money later vanished after she became a victim of a financial scam. Things got even more intense when photos surfaced of her sharing a kiss with a married director, Antoine Fuqua. The media quickly picked it up, and people began criticizing her character. Eddie eventually made a public statement, expressing disappointment and saying that her actions had caused embarrassment for their family. But Nicole wasn't going to stay silent. Over time, she shared bits and pieces about her side of the story. She's hinted at how difficult things really were during their marriage and why she chose to keep the Murphy name despite the controversy. Now, with these new reports coming out, people are starting to see Nicole's story in a different light. Whether her revelations will change the public's opinion or not, one thing is clear: her time with Eddie was far more complicated than anyone imagined.
I always said I would drop Murphy if I get remarried. And I always get asked that question: how come you still have Murphy? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen, I was married to that man for years, okay? I earned my name. I deserve my name. I have 5 children with that name. I didn't see any harm in keeping my last name.
There are still some surprising things being said about Eddie Murphy, especially regarding the relationships he was involved in while married to Nicole Murphy. According to reports, Nicole may have been keeping quiet about many issues for years. People always knew Eddie enjoyed a good time. After all, he even sang about it in his song, Party All the Time. But now, more details are coming out about his personal life, and they're painting a different picture. It's said that Eddie had trouble staying committed in relationships. He would lose interest quickly and move on, leaving behind a trail of broken hearts. One example is his brief relationship with singer Whitney Houston. In Robin Crawford's book, A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston, she described how Eddie pursued Whitney but then suddenly backed off. Robin even claimed Eddie would make rude remarks about Whitney's hair and appearance, which deeply hurt her. Eventually, things ended badly between them. After Whitney, Eddie's dating life continued to be unpredictable. He had a high-profile relationship with Mel B from the Spice Girls. Things got serious enough that he reportedly asked Mel B's father for her hand in marriage. But later, he denied that their child was his, which led to public embarrassment and emotional pain for Mel B. Ironically, their daughter was born on Eddie's birthday. That situation turned into a media storm. Nicole has quietly suggested that Eddie repeated these patterns in their own marriage as well. From her view, his behavior was part of a cycle. Some people have even speculated that Eddie's relationships with women were more about appearances than genuine connection. These theories have sparked discussions for years about what may have really been going on behind the scenes. One of the most talked about moments in Eddie's past happened in 1997. That year, he was pulled over by police late at night in West Hollywood. It seemed like a normal stop, until people found out he had a 20-year-old woman in the car with him. The story caused a lot of attention and questions. Eddie later said he was simply helping someone by giving her a ride and didn't know anything more about her background. He also mentioned that his family was out of town, and he had just stepped out to clear his head, despite the explanations. The incident followed Eddie for years. And now that Nicole is reportedly opening up, people are taking another look at his past, wondering what was really going on during those years. Whether these stories change how people see Eddie or not, they definitely add another layer to his complicated personal life.
And I'm not gay, and I'm not, and that's what's weird about this, to have your sexuality question and your moral fiber question and all that, when all I was doing was trying to be nice to somebody.
Eddie Murphy tells E.T. that his wife and children were out of town, says he wanted something to read and went to a late-night newsstand. He stopped here and picked up the suspected transsexual at 4:45 in the morning. He says he thought he was aiding a distraught woman.
Looks like a pretty Hawaiian girl in the corner crying. It looks like she was crying. She goes, oh, Eddie Murphy. She noticed him at the light. She recognized Eddie Murphy. Oh, my God. So I go, what are you doing? Why are you out here working the streets so late? She goes, oh, I'm on my way home. Can you give me a ride home?
Police tailed them for 2 miles before pulling him over.
Back when Eddie Murphy had been married to Nicole for about 4 years, an unexpected situation happened. He was pulled over by police late at night with someone in the car, and he said he was just being kind by offering a ride. Although the incident caused a stir, Eddie's reputation remained mostly intact at the time. But years later, it resurfaced when Octavia St. Laurent spoke out. Known for being honest and confident, Octavia, who proudly lived her truth, called out Eddie publicly, bringing attention back to that old incident and raising fresh questions about what really happened.
Is being run by perverted undercover fags that run around talking about how straight they are. You got big-time celebrities that go around in their cars picking up transvestites, having sex with them, and then getting on national TV making fun of them. Everything you do in life is like a boomerang. When you throw it, it eventually comes back.
Over the years, there have been countless stories and whispers surrounding Eddie Murphy's personal life. One person who added to those conversations was Octavia St. Laurent. Octavia was known for being outspoken, honest, and confident in who she was. She never held back her truth, and one of the things she addressed was her past connection with Eddie Murphy. According to Octavia, she and Eddie allegedly had a relationship for a while, but what upset her the most was the way he treated transgender women behind closed doors. She felt like Eddie was ashamed of being seen with them and wanted to keep those relationships a secret. Octavia shared how many men in the public eye, who are viewed as strong, masculine, and straight, live double lives. She spoke passionately about how some men pretend to be something they're not while keeping secrets from their wives, families, and the world. Though Eddie never publicly responded to Octavia's claims, her words definitely caught people's attention. After she spoke out, the rumors surrounding Eddie picked up again. Many in the entertainment world began to talk, and some even claimed that several transgender women in the industry had quietly been involved with him. Even though Eddie denied those stories, the gossip didn't stop. There were even whispers about how he supposedly liked to wear certain types of clothing in private that didn't match the image he showed in public. This upset people because, at the time, Eddie had also made jokes on stage and on TV that many felt mocked the same communities he was rumored to be part of behind the scenes. It wasn't just women people were talking about. Some sources claimed that certain male celebrities close to Eddie may have had deeper relationships with him than just friendship. One name that came up often was R&B singer Johnny Gill. The rumors about Eddie and Johnny being more than just close friends go way back. Around 2005, after Johnny went through a breakup,
And the women that they're married to wouldn't believe a word you said about them. And these are the reason why we have to start speaking out. Because these men who are famous or straight or perceived to be these macho guys are coming out behind their wives, their children, having oral sex, being the women behind their women's back.
His ex-girlfriend reportedly spoke out and said she left because Johnny and Eddie's bond seemed too close. She said, "I couldn't compete with their relationship. It was different. I can't even explain it." Some insiders said Johnny was even living in a guest house on Eddie's property at the time. This only made people
Walking down the stairs, because I was just checking that it was in the Hollywood Hills. So I was walking down the stairs, and they were kissing at the bottom of the banister, like. And I'm like, damn, the Nutty Professor really is nutty. like, like he really is like, and they were going at it, like for real, like swallowing tongues.